Good morning and welcome to an expert puzzle by País. It's raining this Sunday morning. It's about 6 a.m. I think. We'll get started right away. It'll be probably another 4 hours before the New York Times hard Sudoku materializes on the website. So we'll pass the time with this puzzle here. We have an 8 blocking down and across, so an 8 must go here. And we have a couple of 9s blocking like so. So a 9 must go here. 2 5s block here. This 5 blocks here. Here's a 5. We have these 5s blocking across, and this 5 blocking down. So here's a 5. So those were the first few easy numbers. Let's see how this continues. These puzzles are generally made in a way that makes them quite easy to start with, and then at the end, something weird happens, either a chain or some logic that you really need to think about, and I think that's nice. But it is also, I think, a hallmark of computer-generated puzzles. Oh well. We can't expect humans to sit down and labor over Sudoku puzzles anymore when we have artificial intelligence that can do that for us. 9, I see blocks across here, so we are going to have a 9 here or here. But that doesn't do much for me in this right shoot here, not yet anyway. There is a pattern here of a 3 7 and a 3 7 that makes a 3 and a 7 go in 2 of these squares here. And we also are going to need a 4 for the same row, so this 4 blocking down gives me a 4 here or here. Speaking of 4s, no, we can have 4s in these 3 squares. So where were we? Well, a 4 here or here. So let's have a look at this column. It needs a 1, 2, 4, and a 9 to complete. 1 and 4 goes here. Here's a 2 or a 9. 2 blocks down. So, yeah, well, no. But we can place an 8 here. And we can place an 8 here because we have these 2 8s blocking here, here, and here. It's therefore a given that an 8 goes in one of these 2 squares. And that leaves us with the task of finding a home for an 8 in these 3 squares. And these 8s here block here and here. So the answer is simple. Here's the 8. It's clear now that this 3 blocks up. Therefore, one of these is a 3, and therefore one of these is a 3. And we're going to have a 1 and a 6 here, because we have a 1 blocking over here, and we have a 1 blocking over here. So the 1 is a natural, but we also have a 6 blocking here and a 6 blocking down. So these 2 squares must be a 1 and a 6, and these therefore a 2 and a 3. So if these are a 1 and a 6, we need to find a 2, 8, and a 4. And the 4, of course, blocks over here, so the 4 must go here. And now these must be a 2 and an 8, and these must be a 9 and a 1. The 1 blocks down, giving me this 9 here and this 1. This 9 and this 9 force a 9 to go here. And now I am having another look at these squares here. We need a 1, 4, and a 6 to go here, here, and here. We know that this is a 1/6 candidate square. We know that this cannot be a 1, it must be a 4 or a 6. This is a 6 blocking down, this is a 1 or a 4. What's more important, though, is that along with the 7, 3 that go here, we now have a 2 that must go here in one of these 2 squares. And we also know that one of these must be a 2 because these are 1 and 6. So a 2 blocking across and a 2 blocking down gives me a 2 here. So I'm beginning to see the outline of a 2, 9 here, but I'm not quite sure yet. 2s are a given. The 9s, however, not. We can still have a 9 here or here. 9 blocks up and over, not sure about that. So 9 could go here and here, yes. But it's something I will keep my eye on. These, of course, are 1, 6, and a 4. It seems that we have a 1 and an 8 here. We have a 1 and an 8 here. We need a 1 and an 8 for 2 of these 3 squares in column 9. It seems that we have a 4 here. Let's look at this square. It's blocked by this 4. This 4 blocks here, and this 4 blocks here and here. So we have a 4 here. Now this is a 1, 6 square, and this is a 1, 6 square. This is also a 1, 6 square. These 2 4s block across. This 4 blocks up. Here's a 4. Now perhaps we should have another look at the remaining squares in the first column. We need to find a 2, 8, 7, and a 6. We know that a 6 must go here or here, blocking up. We have this 6 blocking down, so a 6 goes here, doesn't it? 6 now blocks across and down. We have a 6 here or here, and therefore here. These 2 6s block these 6 squares, and this 6 blocks here. Here's a 6. Now 2, 3, and a 7 here. Don't know what to do about that. The 7 must go here or here. What happened here? Well, a 7 also must go in one of these 2 squares. And we also need 2 and an 8. We know this is a 2, 8. 2 blocks over. I don't seem to be able to position the last 3 digits here. Not yet. But now, yes, we have a 2, 9 pair here. And we have a 2, 9 pair here because we need a 1, 4, 2, 9 to complete column 4. We have a 1 and a 4 here. So 1 and 4 go here, and these must be a 2 and a 9. We know that these are 2 and 3, so maybe we should look at what these 3 must be. There must be 1, 5, 7. And here we can do something. Finally, we have a 5 and a 1 blocking over, so here's a 7. Now we have a 2, 3 here and a 2, 3 here. We know that one of these is a 7, and these must be a 1, which blocks over, and a 5. That was painless. So now we can have a look at these 3 squares. 2, 3, and an 8. We know that this is a 2 or an 8. 2 blocks here, 3 and 8. Doesn't seem possible at the moment. A 1 and a 7 here. It's a pretty restricted square. But something that I've failed to see until now is that 9 goes here or here, blocking up. This 9 blocks here and here. This 9 blocks here. This 9 blocks here. So we need a 9 for this square. And we have also said that we need a 1 and an 8 up here. Now this 1 blocks across, so here's a 1 and here's an 8. And I think that is going to help enormously, because now we have a 1 blocking across here and up. So here's a 1, and that gives us a 4 here. This 1 blocks down, that gives me a 1 here, and therefore a 1 here, and a 6 here, and a 6 here. And that in turn forces a 6 into this position. These are 2 and 9, therefore these must be a 3 and a 7. Let's see if we can continue down here. 2, 3, and a 7. Not quite. Not quite yet. We know that this is a 1, 7, and we know this because I remember I said it. But maybe that's not enough for some of you. Let's revisit this square. It cannot be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can be a 7. but not an 8 and not a 9. So yes, it is a 7. And these were 3 and 7, right? So now here's a 7 and here's a 3. These were 3 and 2. Now a 3 goes here and a 2 here. And that gives me a 2 for this square. Now a 7 and a 3 for these. The 7 blocks over, here's a 3, here's a 7. 3 blocks down, giving me a 2 here and a 3 here. Now we're definitely looking good, because these were 2 and 9. The 2 now blocks over. Here's a 9, here's a 2. That gives me a 9 here. And here we're looking for a 7, which must go here, and a 5, which must go here, and therefore here. 2, 4, and a 7 here. Let's get back to that later. Let's do this one first, because it seems so much easier to just plug in a 9 here. A 4, 8, and a 3. 4 and 8 block over. Here's a 3. 4, 8 here now. 3 blocks over, and 3 blocks up. 3 here. Here a 2 and a 7. 7 blocks here. Here's a 2. Here's a 7. Now we have a 7 here. 2, 8 here, therefore 2, 8 here. But the 2 blocks, so here's the 8. Here's a 2. Here's the 8. 4 and a 2. 2 blocks over. 4 here, 2 here. 4 here, 8 here. Beautiful puzzle again from El País. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.